I went from this to this. Nowadays, if I were to go somewhere and I see a set of stairs, I would always take those stairs. So if I got a donut right here, I could cut that in half. I could have half a donut today and save the other half for tomorrow. It's a win-win situation because I get to enjoy that donut 2 days in a row instead of one. Guys, don't rely on diet pills. I'm gonna be real with you guys, that shit don't work. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time in my channel today, hi, my name is Susan, or you could call me Susu. And today we're gonna be getting into a very sensitive topic about weight loss. So I spent 6 months to lose 16 kilograms. I went from 70 kilograms to 54 kilograms. I want to tell you guys everything about what I did to lose weight, how I did it, and what I did to maintain it. So first off, a little bit about me is that I've always had a bigger appetite since I was a teenager. And when I was in university, I always hovered between 68 to 70 kilograms. And for reference, my height is 5'7", so that's about 170 centimeters. And that's a very healthy and normal weight for my height, okay? However, growing up Asian, I've always been told by my relatives that I look buff, I look strong, I look big. And if I were to say that I was never offended by the words, that would be a lie, okay? And truthfully speaking, it did hurt my self-esteem, not going to lie. But other people's words wasn't what made me really want to lose weight. More importantly, I wanted to lose weight because I didn't like how clothes fit on my body and I felt like I was wasting my potential. Being in my 20s, I feel like this is my prime time. I want to look good in crop tops, I want to look good in off-the-shoulder tops. I want to wear cute dresses while feeling confident in my body. And I have what you would call an inverted triangle body shape. So if you don't know what that is for reference, Lisa from Blackpink also has the same body shape. So naturally, our shoulders are just the widest part of our body, and having extra weight up here doesn't really help that fact. It just makes you look wider than you already are. And my wide shoulders have always been my greatest insecurity growing up, so that's my biggest motivation to lose weight. And the sad reality is that losing weight is not easy. People who have been through it will know. And it takes perseverance, consistency to achieve long-term results. I tried years and years to diet and I've always failed. I had the same birthday wish and New Year's resolution every single year, trust me. I always wanted to just wake up magically thin the next day, but of course, that never happened. Yes, of course, I've tried a lot of short-term diets. I tried following K-pop idol diet plans. I followed fitness YouTubers online and I did all their workouts. I bought packs of chicken breast from the grocery store and I tried eating only that and veggies. I just couldn't stick to those intense diet plans, and maybe those plans do help you achieve weight loss in the short term, but you're just gonna gain it all back because it's not a long-term plan. This was all until 2022. I found a plan that worked for me and everything changed since then. I spent 6 months to lose 16 kilograms and I've maintained that weight for 3 years, and this is how I did it. So the first thing I did and prioritized was intermittent fasting. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot about this online. There's the most popular method, which is the 16 to 8, which means that you're fasting for essentially 16 hours and you have an 8-hour window to eat your meals. Like when I first started intermittent fasting, it was hard, okay? Because I would just stare at the clock and think, I woke up at 8, but I can't eat until 12, is that what you're saying? Or I can't eat until 10? Trust me, as you get used to intermittent fasting, you could start to adjust your schedule based on how you think it works for your body or how it works for your own schedule. So I started off with 16 to 8. Now I do sometimes 18 to 6 or even 20 to 4, depending on my own schedule and what works for me. And fasting helps your body burn fat instead of sugar. So that is a great weight loss essential. The second thing I did is that I focused 90% on diet and 10% on working out. I mainly watched what I ate, making sure I prioritize protein, healthier options instead of eating just plain out junk. And I always try to get about 10 to 15K steps in a day. And the third thing I did is that I would stop eating after 6 p.m. That gives my body enough time to digest everything, and it gives that little period of time where I didn't eat anything before I go to sleep, because you always hear people say don't eat before you go to sleep because that's how you easily gain weight. And also what I do to avoid late night cravings and snacking is I like to brush my teeth right after I eat dinner at 6 p.m. So I'd be too lazy to brush it again, and that would stop me from snacking after dinner. And it actually works out for me because I wear retainers anyway. Once I put on those retainers, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna take them off and brush my teeth again just for a cookie or something like that. And the fourth thing that helped me to lose weight was I did not order any takeout at all. That is because I don't know what people are putting into the food that I'm ordering. Like, I could order a fried rice from a restaurant. Yes, it would taste good, but how many drizzles of oil did they put in there? How many handfuls of salt? How many handfuls of sugar? You really don't know what's in there. It could be like the worst things for your body, and it's really hard to track what you're eating if you don't know the exact ingredients. So I prefer to eat at home instead. At least I know what I'm eating and like what I put into my own cooking. Another thing that I adopted is that I try to stray away from liquid calories because it's just not worth it. It's not filling. There are so many good 0-calorie drinks out there. You don't have to drink that Coke. If you're craving a soda, go for Coke Zero. It tastes just as good. Like, instead of fruit bubble teas, you could just get a 0 sugar lemonade, 0 sugar fruit punch. There are tons of low calorie options for drinks nowadays. You could always choose to enjoy a beverage with your meal. Another thing I make sure to do is I try to swap for healthier options. If I were to order a snack wrap and there was a choice between grilled chicken and crispy chicken, I would choose the grilled chicken option because it does make that difference. Something that's also very important is portion control. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a greedy eater and I like to eat even after I'm full. It takes 20 minutes for your brain to really process the fact that you're actually full. So I try my best to eat slowly, chew slower, and give my brain the time to really process how my body is feeling. I also find that if you eat slower, you're able to really enjoy and savor the food more as well. So really, right when I started doing those things that I mentioned, I started to see my body change and I was losing the weight. Like I mentioned earlier, I maintained my weight for 3 years now, and my tip for you all is to find something sustainable for yourself. Don't believe in those short-term crash diets. Find something that you can stick with. Like, what is the rush anyway? We're not celebrities. We're not trying to lose 7 kg or something in a week for a comeback. Also, there's no way in the world that losing such a huge amount of weight in such a short time span could be any good for your body. So what's the rush? Just take it slow and find something that you could stick to consistently. If you find a sustainable plan, you can keep that up for a long time. You really have to prioritize on changing little habits and your lifestyle. Little changes in your habits really go a long way. Like for myself, I discovered that I actually like to walk. So whenever I need to go somewhere and I know that that place is walkable, then let's walk. Nowadays, if I were to go somewhere and I see a set of stairs versus an escalator, I would always take those stairs because all movement counts and everything slowly adds up. Another tip is really don't restrict yourself from the foods that you want because you're gonna end up giving up and you're gonna end up binging. For myself, I'm a chocolate fiend. I love chocolate, I love sweets, and it's so bad. But I don't restrict myself from that, okay? If I'm craving a donut, I will have a donut, but you just don't have to have the full donut. Do you know what I mean? So if I got a donut right here, I could cut that in half. I could have half the donut today and then save the other half for tomorrow. That way I'm still able to maintain like my calorie limit, and also it's a win-win situation because I get to enjoy that donut 2 days in a row instead of 1. Another tip for me is drink a lot of water. Once I got a big bottle, I started drinking more water. I go through 2 to 3 of these a day. Drink at least 2 liters of water a day because that helps boost your metabolism as well. And I feel like just having a bottle with a straw helps me to chug and drink the water better. And it's also very convenient too because the bottle's already here. Like I don't have to like go downstairs to refill it several times, right? And another tip for me is, like I mentioned earlier, slow down when you eat, okay? I used to eat a full meal within 8 minutes and I realized that's not enough time for my brain to process that I'm full. Once I realized that, I try my best to chew slower and to be completely like focused on my food so I'm aware of like the food I'm eating. I can take the time to enjoy my food, savor the food. If you end up eating too fast, you're not gonna feel full. So just chew slowly, enjoy it, and really savor the food and the flavors. Last tip is, guys, don't rely on diet pills. I've tried getting diet pills before and that shit don't work, okay? I've bought diet pills with my own money before. It didn't work, okay? People say like diet pills sometimes can like help you have regular bowel movements. Like TMI, it didn't even do that for me. It did absolutely nothing. It's just a waste of money and you don't know like the exact ingredients. It's always healthier to lose weight naturally instead of relying on medication. And after successfully losing weight, I now fluctuate between 55 to 56 kilograms. So I'm always in between that weight because I found that method that works for me. I find that that's something that's sustainable and works for me in the long term. So I just stick with that. I think something that's really also important for me is to be happy while losing weight. I don't want to do a short-term crash diet that will make me feel very miserable every day and hating every part of it. I want to lose the weight and maintain that weight off in a happy way. For myself, I go on vacation to Asia every year. I always come back like 4 to 5 kilograms heavier, but once I get back into my routine, that weight just comes back off. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video and making it this far in. I hope that this video was somewhat informative to you, and please comment down below if it was, because that means so much to me. And for you watching this, if you're also on a weight loss journey, just know that I'm also rooting for you, because I've been there before and I believe that you can do it, because if you really want something, you will definitely be able to achieve it. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!